Yo ballers, this is Kicks Contest, I'm Ljoha Matras Flywide. And today we're gonna test the WOW10 from Li-Ning. Let's go! The Li-Ning WOW10 ran true to size. There was a bit of extra space in the toe box for my narrow foot, so this should be okay for guys with regular and wide feet. You won't have any problems if you have a high arch either, because the WOW10 got a classic lacing system. These also got a huge ass tongue which is well padded and prevents the laces from choking your foot. That's nice. The overall comfort is nice and you get that plush feeling like you're walking on a springy cloud, though I was just walking on a treadmill. The midsole compound is really squishy and the upper is soft and flexible where necessary, even though the shoes look stiff and clunky. The inside of the shoe is well padded, which adds to comfort. The only downside of this build is breathability, which is lacking, even though there are big holes in the tongue. They're not enough, and the foot heats up as you start running. There's a full-length boom layer in the midsole, best available cushioning that Li-Ning has. It is well balanced and the heel-to-toe transition is nice and the court feel is there too. Impact protection was enough at first, but after a couple of serious dunk sessions, the heel section gave way and I started feeling the impact by the end of the testing period. Sadly, how we test cushioning showed that there is not enough impact protection in the WOW10 in the heel area gave way. Not after that kind of jumping, of course, I did that for the show. It gave way after a crazy 1.5 hour dunk session. I just started feeling the impact in the heel, so I'll have to drop the score for that. There is also a full-length carbon fiber plate that adds some spring to your step when running and jumping. Let's look at the traction pattern of the WOW10. What do we have here? We have Dwayne Wade's face with some ethnic elements. Lower there's like a hangman figure, some flashes and labyrinths. On the other shoe it's a stylized Li-Ning logo in the forefoot part and the same details in the heel area. The rubber's soft and the grooves aren't that deep, so either shoe has a different pattern. I wonder how they will perform in terms of traction. When it comes to the traction itself, it's kinda good. They grip the court well, especially when it's clean, but they tend to pick up dust pretty quickly and that leads to some micro slippages. I had to wipe the outsole every other play to feel confident. It was the same on an outdoor concrete court. At first the grip was fine, but then some micro slippages occurred and then the bite was great again. Kinda weird, so I'll have to drop the score for that. The WOW10 materials are pretty neat. The upper is made of nice and smooth tumbled leather. And look at this huge TPU blob heel counter which envelopes the back of the shoe and proceeds to the lateral side, acting as a stabilizer. Li-Ning didn't put a lot of extra layers and many different materials here, but they did give us a huge carbon plate in the midsole. Overall design is kinda simple but neat and futuristic looking. Reminded me a bit of Alexander McQueen sneakers. Each shoe weighs just 423 grams or 14.9 ounces in size 12 US, which is pretty low given the set of materials and the amount of foam we have here. They feel pretty light in hand even though they look clunky, so if you like to get up above the rim like I do, these should be good. The forefoot lockdown is ensured by lacing and the solid upper material, but you'll have to lace tight if you love that snug fit and the lockdown will be nice. The huge TPU blob handles the heel and midfoot lockdown because it's going almost all the way to the toe box on the lateral side. It keeps your foot in place during hard lateral moves. Talking about lateral stability, at first I was a bit skeptical about the rounded out trigger, but it actually doesn't matter that much because the WOW10 have a very wide base and are pretty stable as is. The huge carbon plate in the midsole gives you that great torsion support, which adds to stability and safety. So the Li-Ning WOW10 scored 85 points in our tests, a great performance hoop shoe on par with LeBron 21 for example. But compared to the WOW10, it's a bit of a disappointment given how high our expectations were of them. Anyway, we gave them an extra point for the minimal but functional design that they have. It's a great silhouette and I'll definitely keep them in my collection. This is it for today guys, thanks for watching. This was Kicks Contest, I am Lyoha Matras Fly White. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button, that goes a long way, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not, because that helps us a lot. So if you want us to bring more fire content, please subscribe. And also find us on Instagram at Kicks Contest World, where we post teasers, first impressions, basketball and sneaker news. See you there. Let me know in the comments what you think of the WOW10 compared to the WOW10 if you tried both shoes. And again, thanks for watching. This was Kicks Contest. I'm Lyoha Matras Fly White. Peace everyone. Kushte supchik. Bam!